Okay, hello everybody, it's the Rideshare Chaplain, and I'm not wearing my tie tonight. I'm here at the Charleston International Airport. I got off work and I said, well, I need to make a few extra dollars. So on the way home, right, I wanted to catch some of that rush hour, and I'm at the Charleston International Airport and planes are coming in. So I said, well, let me go make some money before I go home. So I wear a uniform at work on my day job, so I just throw a sweater on and nobody knows the difference, and I'm out here doing a little bit of Uber. I don't do this often, but when I got a plan to meet a certain budget, I'll do it. My video tonight is, you like the music? I hope I can do this. I want to talk to you about how to deal with passengers, unruly passengers, or self-entitled passengers. Okay, this week has been a great week for Uber for me. I mean, I've been hitting my numbers. I've been out, everything's been good. But one thing I will tell you is that I had one last night. Never had this happen before, guys. Remember, I only been Ubering for about a year, maybe a year and a half. And these guys, I picked up two guys. They seemed like nice guys. They were nice guys. And I took them home, and the guy says, well, listen, I need to let my dog out, and then I want you to take me somewhere. I said, wait a minute. I said, you got to put it in the app. So I had them put the location they wanted to go in the app, okay? And they seemed like pretty decent fellas, and it was kind of quasi slow that particular evening. So I said, you know, I don't mind waiting 5 or 10 minutes. So that's what I told them, right? Well, I noticed they left their phone on the back seat, both phones, right? And I said, well, that's different. I said, and then I realized it was getting close. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. See, I don't let nobody control me, all right? I said, oh, so y'all left the phone so that you could stay a little longer, thinking that's gonna keep me here. So I waited 10 minutes for them, you know, which is what I told them. And then I kind of flashed my headlights at the house and beat my horn, and they didn't come out. So I started to back out, right? Here come one, I'm running. Oh, we coming. I said, hey, we left our phones. I said, your phone don't dictate whether I stay or leave. I told you 10 minutes. Y'all need to come on, okay? And they came out and they said, man, you gonna pull off with our phone? I said, that's not, you would have had to pick them up at the police station, bro, because I'm out here to make money. I'm not a chauffeur. This is an Uber. Now, if you want me to be your chauffeur, I got a price. Just, you know. But basically, guys, don't let people leave stuff in your car, because what they're doing is they'll leave something behind on these small trips. Now, usually at a gas station or something like that, they're not gonna do that. But I took these guys to their house, right? And the house had a big picture window. And like they said, okay, they had a dog. They said they need to let their dog out. It was slow. So I didn't really mind waiting 10 minutes, but then I saw the dude walk over and get a glass of water, right? I said, okay, he's pushing it. And so I gave him the 10 minutes, but when they saw me start to back out, and I said, look, I'm a nice guy, but y'all taking advantage of my kindness, okay? So you need to come on. So they got in the car, and they apologized profusely. They said, we appreciate you waiting for us. I said, well, I'm gonna let you know, most Ubers, you know, they would have left you here. They wouldn't wait no more than 5 minutes. So, you know, I learned something. Don't let people leave stuff in your car on a second stop. You know, when they say, oh, we'll be right back. And I guess like a fast food place or something like that, it might be a little different. I don't know. But that's the last time I'll let somebody leave something in my car when I drop them off. So I learned something, okay? And some of you veterans out there, y'all probably have different ways of handling this. But then I had a lady earlier that day. Who, and it was kind of weird. You know, I picked her up. I was very nice. I got her suitcase. Good evening, ma'am. I knew by her suitcase she was going to the airport, which I love airport runs. Those airport runs from downtown Charleston up here to the airport in North Charleston, those are good runs, man. I could do them all day. Let me tell you, they're good. They add up fast. Those average between $11 to $15 a pop, you know. And in this market, that's good money, okay? In this market. in Charleston Market. So anyway, and most airport trips will give you a tip. But this lady, she had a condescending attitude and, you know, just looking for something to complain about. And I have my limits, guys. You know, there's certain things I don't like people eating in my car. I don't care who you are. You know, you could be Donald Trump. You're not eating in my car, okay? Because I clean my car. I spend money to keep my car clean, and I want to make sure each driver, you know, each customer, each person I pick up, each passenger has a good experience. So this guy, he gets in the car. I mean, that's a lady, excuse me. She gets in the car. I got her bags in. So I knew there was a problem. I had the music kind of low. She goes, can you, you know, halfway, can you turn that down? And I said, I absolutely can, ma'am. Absolutely. And I turned it on. I said, is that okay? Then I hit her up. Is the temperature okay? You know, I hit her up. And so I couldn't connect. I tried to connect with her. She just was a hateful human being. You're going to meet some people that are just not nice people, okay? And you got to learn how to use that psychology in dealing with them. And I looked at the app. I said, okay, I'm 9 minutes from the airport. I had this chick out of my car, and I go on to the next one, right? So I have her in here. And so all of a sudden I hear this bag rattling, you know, kind of like, you know, y'all, you know, when you're sitting in your car, you're driving, all of a sudden you hear. I'm like, oh, no, you not. Oh, no, you not. I said, excuse me, ma'am. I kind of checked out my rearview mirror, and guys, I had my camera on. I said, excuse me, ma'am. I said, I don't allow eating in my car, right? And she goes, ah! And she has a bag of chips, and she slams them on the seat, right? And chips go on the seat and all like that. So I'm being cool about it. And she didn't say, I'm sorry, kiss my behind. So we pull up. I got chips on my back seat now. Not a lot, but a few, right? But they're greasy, okay? And I have cloth seats. And so I'm looking at that, and I'm okay. So I get her suitcase, put it on the curb. Thank you very, very much, ma'am. You have a good flight. And so I just pulled up a little bit, and I swept the chips out, you know, looked at it, made sure I ain't had nothing else. And then I gave her a 1 star. That's right. You bring food in my car, you get a 1 star every single time. If you try to eat in my car, you get 1 star. And so on top of that, you know, what I did, I said, okay, I know she's going to call and complain and try to make up some false complaint on me. So I called Uber support, and I told them this lady was rude. She was eating in my car. I offered my dash cam. Of course, they didn't want that. And I said, this lady was eating in my car, and I admonished her, please don't eat in my car. I was very courteous and professional with her. I just want to let y'all know that she might call you. And as soon as I said that, they said, well, yeah, we did get a call, but no worries. Mr. Green, we see you have 4.91 rating. So, you know, and this lady, you know, and I was surprised because they told me that she had she's had some issues. So they said, well, you know, we understand it's not going to count against you, blah, blah, blah. And I said, thank you very much. And they said, thank you for being a platinum driver. And I said, you're welcome. And we moved on. All right. So you're going to get some of those kind of passengers. And I guess this past weekend was my time because 3 rides later, I pull up this young man. He's about 22, 23 years old, college student. And, you know, that's one of the disadvantages. I talk a lot about the small trips, you know, and I like driving downtown. The problem is if you don't get a lot of them, you know, it don't pay you to turn your key on because they're like $3 trips usually. You're taking them a couple of blocks and, you know, and these kids think they're supposed to be able to do whatever they want to do. So he's got a case of beer. And I said, we'll put that in the trunk, buddy. And I look, and he's got a can of beer that's open that he's drinking. I said, well, you can't get in my car like that. So he had the door open. He's sitting in the door, and he's trying to drink the rest of his beer. And I'm like, wait a minute. I said, you can get out and finish that, but you're not going to drink that in my car, right? And then he said, well, I'm an Uber driver, man. I'm an Uber driver. I know, I understand, because I drive Uber. I said, well, if you drive Uber, you should know better. Shame on you. And I said, you spill that beer in this car, then the people going to be thinking I drink. I don't even drink alcohol. I said, so I don't allow that in my car, period, okay? So he poured the rest out, and I almost counseled him, but I decided to take the young man. And then he started apologizing. You know, I talked to him, And I asked him where he's from, talked to him, and I talked about the importance of respect. I said, you know, you're a young man. I said, you don't have to listen to me, but I'm old enough to be your granddaddy. You need to learn to respect people, man. I'm giving you a service. That's just totally disrespectful for you to bring that can of beer in my car. And you know, if you're an Uber driver, you definitely know better, you know, which I don't believe he was. And he was I think he was trying to talk me out of giving him a 1 star. But guess what? As soon as he got out, I dropped him off, told him have a good day. He got a 1 star, and I called Uber support, let him know. He brought alcohol in the car. He wasn't totally disrespectful as far as his conversation, but let him know, you know, hey, I'm just letting you know in case somebody calls, if they smell beer, the guy had beer back there, and I made him pour it out, blah, blah, blah. And lady, she acted like she was really concerned again. Looked like Uber support is trying. I don't know. Do y'all think Uber support trying to get better? Because every time I've called them this weekend, they were real helpful. They sent me on a short trip, and I was shocked at this, guys. I was sent on a short trip from the airport, and they sent me a coupon saying that I would be able to jump ahead in the line at the airport. And so after I dropped that person, they sent me this little thing, and they said, you go straight to the front of the line. I dropped the passenger off. That passenger, it was a short trip, but she tipped me $10, okay, which was unbelievable because it was like a $4 or $5 ride. But she tipped me $10, man. And so I left there and headed straight back to the airport. And when I got to the airport, I got a message saying that I have been moved to the front of the line. And it was a little signature. I forget what it said. It had a little arrow, and it said you're in the front. And as soon as I pulled into the lot, the car was full of cars. Lot was full of cars. Bam! I was 1 of 5. And I didn't even get a chance to park, and they sent me on another call. And I made bank on that one. That was a $19.95 trip plus a $5 tip. That wasn't too bad. And that was from the airport. So now y'all see why I like to go to the airport. So even though, you know, I know Dustin does say you shouldn't sit at the airport. Well, I agree with that for the most part. But when it's slow, you know, why not sit at the airport? Because ain't much happening when there's not a lot going on. And eventually you get a good trip. And so it's Monday evening, I should say. It's about 7:09. I'm waiting on the planes starting to come in, 7 to 7:30. A lot of planes coming in. So I'm going to get some of that money and maybe run 2 or 3 trips. And then I'm going to go home to my lovely wife, have a hot dinner, you know, crack my toes, take my shoes off, thank God for his blessings, and get ready to go back to my regular job in the morning. But I've had to change my strategy a little bit. So after work, you know, it's really not convenient to change clothes at work. So what I do, I bring something to cover up my uniform, and nobody knows the difference. And I come out here and Uber for maybe 3 hours, sometimes 4 hours, sometimes just 2 hours, depending on how I feel, to just make a few extra dollars in the week. And that increases my income for the week. And I meet my financial goals because things have changed a little bit. But it looked like Uber is stepping up in Charleston a little bit. I am concerned that I asked about black because I would really want to get a SUV. I really wanted to get an all black Suburban. I was looking at a Escalade. Man, that thing was pretty. And I was thinking about I'm so glad that I heard the rideshare professor, he said, before you buy a vehicle, blah, blah, blah. And it was a used vehicle. And it was under $20,000, and the thing was in immaculate condition. Okay, I mean, this car, beautiful, man. It had chrome wheels. The thing was in immaculate condition. I lie to you not. And I said, man, that's a beautiful car. It was black interior, black on the outside. This car, and I could have picked it up for about 18, right? And it was a 2005, 2006. The guy wanted to get rid of it. And I'll be honest with you, it was pretty. But I ain't doing Uber X in that, man. And I haven't told him no yet, because this was just the other day. I'm almost tempted to buy it just to have it, you know, because it's such a pretty vehicle. And I mean, it's got the plush black seats and all like that. But I called Uber, and they said right now they're not accepting Uber Black. It's closed in Charleston. So I don't know. Are they getting ready to do away with Uber Black? Has anybody heard about that? Are they getting ready to do away with it? Because I was gonna try to, because you know, with the getting up in the springtime, we have a lot of weddings in Charleston, wedding parties, and there's a lot of events, graduations, and I was trying to get that thing and be in place by the time the spring got here. I would have had that thing in place. And so I'm thinking about getting my I am working on getting my chauffeur's license. So I'm probably going to go ahead and buy it. I'm going to contact the rideshare professor and see what he thinks, if it's a good idea. This vehicle, it's a nice vehicle. You know, I know he has a class on becoming a chauffeur and what you need to do for that type of business. I want to get into that. There's a lot of money to be made in Charleston during the summer, because you in the spring you get weddings. People come here just to get married, man. A lot of pretty parks and things like that, and a lot of wedding parties, a lot of graduations, because we have 3 colleges here. So a SUV could be big money if you do it right, okay? If you do it right, with all the hotels and tourism and all like that. So anyway, I'm rambling now, so I'm gonna stop. I'm trying to make my videos a little shorter, maybe, and more content, and that's coming. So I just wanted to appreciate you guys, let you know that this guy pulled an Uber lot and he puts his high beams on right in front of my face. What's that about? But anyway, let me just tell you guys, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, and listen to my channel. I like your comments. So I'm gonna close off and saying what I always say: may you be blessed as you Uber, as you walk along the way, when you pick up passengers and when you let off passengers. May every ride you get give you a tip, and may you have very few knuckleheads to deal with, and may people respect your car. I bless you in the name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I bless your car. I bless you, and wish you prosperity and success in everything you do, and protection. I pray for protection, Father, in the name of Jesus, for all the Uber drivers and rideshare drivers and Lyft drivers. And if Trip is really real, I even pray for you, because I think that company's make-believe, but I even pray for you that you will have many rides. But in all sincerity, I wish you blessings, all of you guys out there. Be safe, make your money, enjoy your family, enjoy your life. Remember to take time in life, because life can't be about just making money, okay? Spend time with your children, spend time with your loved ones, with your wife or your significant other, because you know what? Tomorrow is not promised to any of us. All right, God bless you. Be at peace, and blessings to you all. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Until next time. Bye-bye.